I think you could use another biscotti recipe that everyone will love. It's easy to make and should be ready in about an hour. We start off by adding the orange zest to the sugar. We then rub the sugar and the orange zest through our fingers to help release the essential oils from the orange zest. And now we move on to adding in the salt, the eggs. Give that a good mix before adding in the vanilla extract and masala, which is optional. If you don't have it, you don't have to use the masala. And once that's done, it's time to mix the dry ingredients. So add the baking powder to the flour. You don't need to sieve it, just give it a little whisk and then add this to the egg mixture. Swap your whisk for the spatula and fold the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. It will be quite lumpy, so at some point you need to stop using the spatula and go in with your hands. What you want to do is knead it to the point where there are no flour pockets at the sides of the bowl or at the bottom of the bowl, after which you can start to add in the butter. The butter should be at room temperature. It should not be so soft that you can just spread it on toast. It should hold its form when pressed, so it should leave an indentation when you press onto it. So knead the butter into the dough, and when that seems well incorporated, go ahead and add in the almonds. Knead them in. It might seem a bit difficult to do so in the beginning, but just keep tacking them into the dough, and once that's done, tip it onto your working surface and continue kneading before you roll it into a log. 2 equal logs, that is, or rolls, whichever you prefer. The biscotti dough will be a bit difficult to work with in that it might be slightly sticky, so it would be helpful for you to use a dough scraper when trying to shape it into the log. After elongating the biscotti dough to about 27 centimeters by 6 centimeters of a width, you should press onto the dough so that it will have a height of about 1 centimeter to 1.5 centimeters. However, it might not be as easy if your hands are dry, so wet your palm with a little bit of water before you press onto the biscotti dough. And once that's done, place the biscotti dough onto a parchment paper lined baking tray. Leave ample space between the rolls because the dough will spread a little as it bakes. Now lightly glaze it with egg yolk and let it bake for 20 minutes, making sure to rotate the baking trays halfway through. But we're not done yet. Remove the biscotti logs from the oven. Let them cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then using a serrated knife, slice the rolls into 1.5 centimeter thick biscotti and arrange them horizontally on the baking sheet. Reduce the heat to 175 degrees Celsius. Put the biscotti back in the oven on the bottom rack to bake for about 15 minutes or until they're golden. Again, make sure to rotate the baking tray halfway through and flip the biscotti. That way they can have even browning. Once you take the biscotti out of the oven, they might feel slightly soft to the touch, but don't let that deceive you to put them back into the oven because they are ready. You just need to let them cool so they can firm up. I hope you love them, and I hope you come back again so that we can make some other simple, delicious recipes together. Have a lovely day wherever you are, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the content, and see you again soon. Bye.